tomorrow afternoon, Understand the Grind, a youth basketball camp hosted by none other than Norman Powell. He'll teach the next generation, a former Raptor, former Bruin, and of course, former Lincoln High Hornet. Space is limited, but if you want your kid to join in, just visit us, or just visit his Facebook page. You see it right there, and follow the prompts from there. And without further ado, let me introduce one of the finest local basketball players of the 21st century, Mr. Norman Powell. Norman, when you hear that intro, which is true, how does it make you feel?
Still humbling, definitely, just to think back of where I started at Lincoln my freshman year, and fast forwarding 2 years, heading into my third year into the league. It's crazy.
Time goes by. So tell us about the camp. Why?
The camp is something I've always thought about putting on back home when I was in high school. I always said if I make it to the NBA, I'm going to give back to my community, and that's what I've been doing. It's the second annual camp, and it will be free every year going forward. You've
teamed up with Increase the Peace. I'm assuming that this is not just about basketball. There are life lessons to be taught here.
Yes, definitely. Increase the Peace is another great thing that our community puts on. Coach Jeff Harper has been, the front runner for that, and I always told him that I will never miss an Increase the Peace Classic ever. So it's a great thing that he's been doing for the community, to come out, teach the kids that it's more than it's just about committing to the streets and getting them off the streets and getting them into school and into sports. He has great guest speakers that come in every year, and really teaching the kids something more than just the game and more just about life.
How do you dance on this pinhead in that you've lived the dream? You've been a prep star, went to UCLA, and made it to the show. And so kids say, well, your lesson is if I can do it, you can do it, right? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you know how tough it is to do that. So how do you convey, have options, kid?
I let them know. I tell them that, it's not all about the lights. You see me, you see my name everywhere. Oh, he's this athlete who made it to, a Division I school, who got a degree and is in the league, and people think that it's super easy. So when I talk to the kids, it's all about teaching them, there's going to be obstacles. There's going to be things in your way, but about committing to what you want, committing to your dream, and really saying that nothing's going to stop me, nothing's going to deter me from getting to where I need to be. So I try to tell them, the behind-the-scenes story that of what I went through to get me to the position I am in now.
You got on our radar screen by being a Hornet, and that was, man, a special team. 4 guys playing D1 hoops from that squad. First of all, are we ever going to see anything like that again, where 4 kids from the same high school stick together like that, win a state title, and then go on to do greater things?
Honestly, I don't think so. I think that it was a really unique thing for our community when Lincoln was reopened, having everybody come back and really fill the school back up to where it was a sports powerhouse. And those guys that was on that team, we were friends. We built a chemistry through them 4 years, being the first graduating class of Lincoln. So I think it's going to be a couple more years until you see another team like that special.
When's the last time the 5 of you guys were on the same court together?
We're so close that the guys came out last year when I put on the camp for my first year. I had about 9, 10 of them there, and they really helped putting the kids through drills, teaching them what we went through at Lincoln.
Any 2-on-2 action, or any does the competitive juices still flow?
Yeah, definitely. In the summer when everybody's back in town, we'll probably meet up at Balboa Park in Muni and play 5-on-5 like we used to do in high school.
Very cool. We can't let you sit in this chair without rekindling one of my favorite Norman Powell moments. Back in the day, we used to do this segment called 3 Questions, and I think Allie Wagner was a reporter. This is one of the questions she asked you. Take a listen.
What's the thing that you're going to really want to check out when you get up to LA?
The girls.
I mean, really, young man. Here we are, we're a G-rated show, and your urges are on the air. How did that work out at UCLA? I hear there are pretty girls there.
There were definitely pretty girls at UCLA, but I definitely have somebody in my life that.
You better say it, because she's sitting right. Come, finish the thought. Finish the thought.
I definitely have somebody out in Toronto that, she's a special lady to me.
Very good. I mean, you're entitled to your sins of your youth. Let's talk a little bit about, first of all, you played 4 years at UCLA.
Yes.
Got a degree.
Yeah.
You know how rare that is in the college basketball scene now? Everyone's one and done.
Yeah, definitely. I thought I was going to be a one and done player coming out of high school, but had to stay 4 years, and I think it really paid off for me. You know, I got my education, and I was still able to make my dreams come true.
John, the ghost of John Wooden very much alive on that campus still, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he'll ever leave. The history that he put into that school, the tradition that he laid the foundation for, you know, it's still there, and it's never going anywhere.
TJ Leaf, you know who he is?
Yeah, definitely.
How is he going to? First of all, who's going to be the bigger star, TJ or Jalen Hands?
Interesting. You know, Jalen Hands still has some time to prove himself. You know, he's going into his freshman year. I think he's going to be really good too. You know, he's really athletic. I can see a little bit of my game in his, and I think he's going to have a great freshman year. But I like TJ's game. He's really versatile. He can shoot it. He can run the point forward position. He can pass it. I think he's going to be a really big player in the league.
We had a kid in studio, Brian Hirschman, yesterday. He's running an Indy Hoops tournament over at Point Loma Nazarene while your camp's going on. Eighth graders are now getting graduating eighth graders are getting all this attention about being stars of the future. Am I a fuddy-duddy for thinking, hey, this is too much too soon?
Yeah, definitely. I think that age, at that time, you're definitely thinking about how to enhance your game, you know, being competitive and trying to be the best. Around that time, you're heading into high school, and it was the same for me, you know, going to my freshman year, trying to make varsity. You have that chip on your shoulder, and I think that's like the perfect time, you know, to really hone in on your skills and talents.
In time, those eighth graders are going to be trying to defend you. We have video of your big game against the Milwaukee Bucks, I believe. Dude, you're an NBA star. So you got a year left in your deal. How long before you're playing for the Golden State Warriors?
I will never be playing for the Golden State Warriors. I won't say never, but as long as that super team is still there, I'll be staying in Toronto.
And you love it there, right?
I love Toronto.
All right, so before we let you go, you know, Kyrie is making a big stink out of getting out of Cleveland. If anybody on the planet can understand why he wants to get out of Cleveland, it's you. This incident with King James, are you guys even on speaking terms anymore?
Well, I never really talked to him to begin with, so I thought the incident died down, but
well, not if you're going to sit here.
Yeah, but it definitely was funny when it happened. I just told him don't do that. That's why you see his hand move in the way he did after I hit his hand away. But it definitely blew up on the internet.
Norman, thank you very much for stopping by. Norman,
thanks for having me.
Make sure you check out his basketball camp. We'll have a camera there tomorrow. Norman Powell, Paul Rudy, we're done. Back to you guys on the news desk.
Never a dull moment. Thank you, Paul.